I'm disappointed to see how much fear is killing small auto repair shops. And, I was talking to my buddy John the other day, and we were talking about, I've told you about how I do discounts, or how I recommend you do discounts if you've got a emotional connection to those discounts. I've always said, take that money out of your wallet and go pay the person that money and say, hey, I just want to thank you for being a good client. I'm going to knock this off your bill. Here's the money for it. We were talking about the margin on a particular part, and he said, I don't have that much money in my wallet, and I don't have that much money just sitting around. I said, yeah, that's kind of my point. When you discount and it's on paper, it feels a lot better. But so many repair shop owners are so worried about that price. And look, I know this doesn't apply to the bigger repair shops. They've got advisors on the front counter, and those advisors, they just have a set number that they target. That's their job. Make that number work. And the owner is completely disconnected from that client experience in a lot of ways. They don't have to be there. They don't have to see it. So that's fine. No big deal. The smaller operators tend to get so emotionally tied to that price, what the client may think about it, and how they may feel about the fact that they're being charged this. But it doesn't change what the bills are, y'all. It doesn't change what it costs to run your auto repair shop. And so I don't see how it's fair to yourself. I don't see how it's fair to your family to continue to lower that price based on one thing, one emotion, fear. Now, look, I get it. I completely understand how you've put all of this work into this business. You've put all of your effort into this thing. You've put all of your finances into this thing. You really need it to survive. And it can be terrifying to think, I might run my clients off if I charge more than what they think is fair. I get that. But there again, this comes back to learning to be a business owner. Do you have the right client in the shop? Do you have the people who are wanting to pay for what it is that you provide? A lot of these guys who are in this spot, man, they're like a boutique type auto service. It is extremely high end. You go up here to Blowing Rock and you go in those shops in Blowing Rock, buddy, you ain't gonna find no cheap prices on anything. It just doesn't work that way. They're boutiques. These are very, very high-end specialty shops. Same with the auto repair shops. You're talking about a boutique type offering. It's very customized. The owner's involved with the repair process. The owner's involved in the estimating to make sure the estimate's right. That's not cheap, okay? But see, they, for some reason, get this imposter syndrome going on. They think they're not worthy to charge what these other shops charge, not realizing that the experience in these other shops that are bigger has to go downhill because the owner can't touch every single thing. So they should not be afraid of charging what they need to charge to make sure that the business survives. But they seem to be so afraid of running these clients off. So number one, find the right clients. Number two, make sure you are having the hard discussions with your clients. Explain to them why you're more expensive. Explain to them your value. If you're not going to training for service advisors, if you're on the front counter as a business owner, even if you're not on the front counter, you should be going to some service advisor training to understand how to convey your value. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't think most of you understand what your value is. I don't think you get it. And then, look, once you get the right clients in the shop, you understand what your value is and how to explain that value to your consumer. Then, if the price feels too expensive, now all this is based on one really important thing. You gotta have clean financials, okay? You must have clean financials because you gotta be able to see exactly what you have to charge to make a profit. And if you have those clean financials, you have the ability to explain your value to your consumer, and you have the right consumer in the shop, and you still ain't making it, and you still don't feel comfortable charging what you need to charge to be profitable, buddy, you might as well go ahead and shut the doors. I hate to be like that, but you ought to shut the doors. You really should. If you can't get over that, if you can't get over that emotional conundrum that you continue to find yourself in, I don't know what else to tell you. I really don't. Sorry. Y'all have a good day.